Hey everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great fake holiday. I just wanted to touch on one topic because it's kind of a big deal right now, according to the normies. And that is, and this is, I'm going to surmise here, I'm going to speculate. I'm not making claims. I'm just using discernment. And I found a long time ago that when something comes out that's kind of, everybody's running with it, do not form an opinion right away. Because most people immediately take the first or second option, depending on which one makes them feel better. And to them, that's the truth. Generally, it's neither. So, and the topic is the fact that, about Trunk. Is he sick? Is he dead? Is there no proof of life? Okay. Here's my take on the whole thing based on just what I've observed from the outside. Okay. So the Trunk haters are all saying he's dead, or at least seriously impaired in probably like physically and mentally. And the Trunk lovers are either ignoring it, coming up with excuses, or saying, the whole trust the plan thing. Here's what I noticed. It kind of started, I don't know if it started with the hand makeup or if it started with the apparent confusion. I think he's always kind of used the wrong words in sentences, and to me, he's always shown confusion. And I get it. It's hard to speak off the cuff live with cameras in your face and stuff, and knowing that everything you say is going to be dissected. I get it that could be a little nerve-wracking, but I think, he uses the wrong words when he means one thing. He says something else, and and that's, I think, I don't think he's that smart. So that's just an intelligence issue. He probably is convinced he's using the right word, but it's not. It sounds like it, but it's a different word that he meant. But the other thing is, so I think there's a lot of layers to this. It started kind of, like I said, kind of with the apparent confusion, almost like he was doing a kind of a Biden, like a soft Biden. Not as intense where he's confused, doesn't know where he's at, goes the wrong way, turns around, has no clue, where's left and where's right. That was different, and that could have been an act. I think it probably was. I saw a video yesterday of Biden at an ice cream shop, and he seemed fine. I think that whole thing was an act. And plus, when you say Biden, which one are you talking about? I think there's multiple individuals that played the role of Joe Biden. Is there a real one that's still alive? I don't know. Neither do you. But with Trunk, it kind of started off with the kind of the Biden light dementia. And then it went to the hand makeup. Oh, he's covering something up. Okay. This is probably the biggest tell that this whole thing is a psyop and that everybody's being played. All right. So it wasn't when you blend makeup, you apply it to an area and then you dab it and kind of rub it and smear it and you're blending is what you're trying to achieve. He had a literal square with 7 skin tones difference in color. Look at this. It's ridiculous. This is meant to be seen from 100 yards away. So they weren't trying to conceal anything. They were trying to draw your attention to it. And then it's oh, what's that? Why's he got that on there? Oh, he's covering up a bruise. And then he shows up without the ludicrous makeup. Now, mind you, this is the president of the United States of America. He has access to the best Hollywood makeup artists there are, okay? They could blend, match his skin tone and blend it to where nobody would notice. But instead, they use a completely different color, way lighter than his skin, and it's in a square. They didn't even blend the edges and try and rub it in. It's ridiculous. Like they had a tiny little paint rolling pin and they just rolled it on and said, "That's good. You're good to go." All right. So that was meant to be seen. Then the makeup comes off and yep, there's the bruise we suspected. Okay, the bruising makeup is even easier to do. We've all seen countless movies where people are, in fights and they have the bruise, the black eye, split lip. The bruise is easy. And they did the bruise okay. It's kind of hard to screw a bruise up. So, but the point was the makeup comes off and the bruise is there. We were right. He's concealing. He's been getting IVs or blood drawn or whatever the excuse is. Then suddenly he just out of left field starts posting about he wants to get into heaven, as if his health is a concern and he's having thoughts now about his mortality and he wants to get to heaven. Okay, you got to connect everything. The Biden light dementia confusion, the ridiculous makeup, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's like spackle. I mean, it's just awful. Then the bruise. Now he's saying he wants to get into heaven. Then J.D. Vance comes out of left field and say, God forbid something were to happen to Trump. He's in great health, by the way. But if something were to happen, I'm primed and ready to step in. I can fill the shoes. Why would you say that? And then Trump disappears. Now he's like MIA. People are saying, oh, he's golfing, but like none of the things match up. Like the photos that they're showing, people are, I mean, who knows? They're saying, oh, this is from June of 2024. And, you can't necessarily prove it unless he's holding up today's newspaper in the photo. But his tweets are what do you call it? True Social, whatever. I mean, his stupid posts, they're different. He used to do mostly he would do run-on sentence paragraphs with missing punctuation, terrible grammar, misspelled words. A lot of things he would capitalize in all caps for no reason, just like a standard word would suddenly be in all caps. His ones lately are one or two sentences, and they're grammatically correct. It's almost like they're trying to say, look, this isn't the same guy tweeting. They just keep adding these clues to get people to think he's either dead or incapacitated. So my mind says, and I saw this the first time I saw the hand makeup, I was like, this is a psyop. You wouldn't make it that obvious. They have the skill set and the personnel that you'd never know, but they wanted you to know. Everybody's being played. Now the outcome, what are they trying to achieve? I could speculate. I do believe, and have for quite a while, that he's the biblical Antichrist. A lot of people have problems with that, but I mean, he does check more boxes than any known person in the history of the world has ever checked. I mean, a lot of people have no idea some of the boxes he's checked, and he keeps doing it too. He just had a really weird meme he posted of himself with his hands kind of in a Christ-like position, and it said something like, there's the globe Earth behind him, but it's it's surrounded by a ring of fire, and there's I haven't seen it. I saw it on a video and they didn't zoom in, so I haven't seen the actual image zoomed in, but something's definitely going on with the West Coast in that image. I thought it was some sort of a peacock or something at first, but it could be, I don't know. It could be fire flames. I don't know what it is, but it's very weird. And then there's these heavenly clouds below with light shining through them. And he's like I said, in kind of a Christ-like pose. And I wish I could remember what it said. Something like, the world won't believe what's coming and nothing can stop it. It's one of those Q plus retard things. But I mean, that's just such a weird thing for a president to, he always makes himself he has a messiah complex, which is what the Antichrist is the false messiah, the serpent messiah, which from my understanding, the Jewish rabbis in Israel have already dubbed Trump the serpent rabbi or the serpent messiah, and they're proud of it. It's not like they're saying it as a derogatory thing. They're like, yeah, this is our serpent messiah, which literally means false messiah. So I don't know if they're going to, quote unquote, he'll die and then it'll be confirmed. Doctors will come on, say, President Trump passed away at such and such time and, surrounded by his family or whatever. And then he'll return. He'll come back on the scene like 3 days later. That's, that would be crazy if it went down that way. I thought they would go more the route of either a fake assassination shooting where they filmed it in, because the Butler thing was awful. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous. So I think this one they would probably do in a studio, special effects, makeup and everything, make it look real good. And then when they broadcast it, it would be quote unquote live. It would be a live, and then he would, you would see sort of a Kennedy type thing where like you'd see it and go, okay, nobody survived that. And then miraculously 3 days later he would return. And, under the guise that, because he's claimed to be the chosen one. He claims that God saved him in Butler. He would just say that God resurrected him because he's the chosen one. I know it sounds crazy, but with his ego, I wouldn't take it off the table. I think that would be the craziest of all. And the only way they could up it is if when he came back from the dead, he had a pirate patch on his right eye. If he didn't come back from a supposed death and resurrection without a pirate patch, I would be extremely disappointed. Like, if you're going to do it, go all in. Like, he has to have the eye patch. He has to look like a pirate when he comes back, because that would really sell it. But anyway, the bottom line is I don't know why they're doing this. If they're gonna, and they can use doubles too. They could literally like kill a double, on live TV and then have him step back in. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of ways they could play it out. But I do believe that people are being played with this Trump illness and disappearance and stuff. But I don't know the end game. I don't know where they're going with it. It's going to be interesting to find out, though. I think September is going to be a wacky month. I just get a feeling that this might be the month that we all remember from 2025. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. It's a beautiful day here. It's really hot. But I've already done most of my chores. And I had some videos playing in the background this morning, and they were talking about... all these people, these pundits, even the ones that don't like him or detest him, whatever you want to say, they're all still falling for it, that this is all real, that the hand makeup and the bruise and the quotes and the J.D. Vance's thing and the disappearance. Like, they're not tying it together to say, because people, I guess with pride, they just want to admit, like, what if we're being duped? They never think that until after the fact. So, like, crazy people like myself will say something like this. And like I said, I'm not making claims. I don't know. But I don't think that what they're telling us is real. But, 10 years from now, somebody else will come out with like, did you know that they faked that? It was like, I saw, what was it the other day? People are starting to talk about time speeding up. And it's like, okay, I was talking about that in like 2012. A lot of people were, this isn't new, but they're all acting like it's all new. But there was another one. What was it? Oh, I think I already talked about this, that Facebook was actually LifeLog. That was a DARPA project, and the whole, it's like, yeah, again, it's like 2012, 2013. But we were crazy then, but now it's mainstream. There's a lot of stuff we used to talk about back in the day and expose, and, people like PK Truth and Russian Vids and Ollie Damagard, all these old school, the OG truthers that were around back when I was getting into this stuff and noticing. They were all, deplatformed and called crazy and ostracized, and now people are literally saying this. Even David Icke, I think David Icke, I think he gets it, but I think he went a little far with the reptilian thing. I do believe that there is a seraphim serpent bloodline. Can they shapeshift into, I don't know, maybe. But I just think the world, he was too early with the reptilians. I think the world wasn't ready for it at that time. Now, if he were to come out today and start talking about like a reptilian bloodline, I think a lot more people would be receptive to it. He got kind of labeled as like this crazy guy because he did it, like I said, 10, 12 years ago. But, kind of holds up today. So If you have like these wacky beliefs, or like, it's not even a belief, it's just like you're observant and you have pattern recognition, so you see like, okay, they've done this before, and like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Even with the pew pew thing that just happened in, I think, Minnesota, you know, people will like go nuts if you say, well, that was fake, it's all, you know, that was a psyop. But the problem is, it's like, if they've been proven to fake one or two, then why would you automatically assume that the next one is real? And the way they get it is, it was a trans testicle, apparently, that did it. And so they know that there's like this huge faction that just detests those people. So if you say, well, the shooter was a trans testicle, then you're automatically going to go, yeah, see, they're mentally ill. It's all just psychological warfare. It's not hard to see once you understand how it works and see the signs. And that whole thing will just fade away, and they'll replace it with the next one. The other thing people don't understand is, like, everybody gets up in arms about a certain topic, and then they just rotate in the next one, and everybody forgot. Like, what's the deal with Diddy? Like, everybody just forgot about Diddy. That's just no longer a thing. The new Pope, like I said, have no idea. Pope Gary, I don't know even his name. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know where he went. Apparently, like, I don't even remember, like, if they like had a ceremony where they made him the new Pope, or they just said, like, yeah, Pope Gary. And it was like, okay. And like, I'm not like a news guy, but I mean, I remember, what was his name? Pope Francis? Even Pope Benedict before him. You heard about him all the time in the news. Like, oh, Pope Francis said this, and then we're going to baptize aliens, and just nonsense and stuff. But like, something's up with this new Pope. Like, the fact that they're keeping him so, like, on the DL, it makes me think that there's a plan underway. Like, there's I don't know, like I said, keep your eyes and ears open. Again, I think September is going to be wild. Everybody take care, and God bless, and just keep your faith. Don't let fear get in the way. Don't believe anything they say. Just have a one-on-one relationship with Christ, and he'll take care of it. Just give it all to him. He'll be like, all right, we got this. All right, take care. Bye.
A few moments later.
One addendum, I somehow completely forgot the cankles. The cankles are the easiest part to pull off, because they just put some wrapping or padding under his socks, and suddenly he's got really fat ankles. So again, I think none of what they've shown us is definitive, and all of it is easily explained as with makeup and padding and such. So I think we're being played. So the world the way it is now, and especially, like, I just get this weird feeling about September. Nothing's off the table as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, but he really should come back with a pirate patch.